That tells us, as you pray for the lifting of God, you must be aware that in your lifting is the lifting of many. Success without successor is poverty in disguise. In your lifting is the lifting of many. So Joseph had a dream. The dream was for him to become great. But what am I preaching this morning? Nobody has settled down to talk about what happened between the day of the dream to the period of the fulfillment. That is the period we call transition. Transition is the space in time between declaration and manifestation. The word of God has been spoken over your life. Declarations have been made that you are going to be great. It's not going to happen automatically. There will be a time when you will wait for the fulfillment of that prophecy. And it's in that waiting time that many people give up. It's in that waiting time many people compromise. God has said you are going to be great in life. God has promised you lifting. God has promised you prosperity. A time is coming you are going to wait. Matthew 25 and verse 5, he said, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. Are you aware? A man called Abraham, it was in the period of transition, he almost started doubting God. You have said you are going to give me a child. You have said I'm going to have a baby. You have said you are going to make my name great. And he asked God in Genesis 15 verse 2, he says, shall Eliezer become my heir? This is a man who God spoke to in chapter 12. This is a man who God in chapter 13. This is a man who God spoke to in chapter 14. He came back to ask God because, sir, the period of transition is the period where the flesh is weak. It's a period where you are waiting for the fulfillment of the prophetic word. God has given prophetic word that you are going to get married. God has given prophetic word that you are going to graduate from school. The period when you are waiting for the fulfillment of that prophetic word is called transition. I must be honest to you that the season of transition is the season of test. The season of transition is the season where your true revelation of Christ is brought to the fore. If you know God, it is discovered in your season of transition. Elijah went through the season of transition in his life where he said, in fact, Elijah, this is a man that called down fire from heaven. Literally. This is a man who moved in the dimensions of the Spirit of God. But yet Elijah, the Bible tells us profoundly in 1 Kings 19 verse 4, he said to God, kill me, I am not better than my fathers. Why? It got to a point of transition. How would you feel? God has spoken that you are going to be great, you are going to prosper. As that prophetic word came, poverty was unleashed. God has said you are going to travel abroad. Everything looks like the visa will not come. It's transition. God has said you are going to get a miracle job, and everywhere you go, they told you, you'll hear from us later. You say, but I thought. So what happens that period? That's the period of transition. Every great man must go through the season of transition. The Bible tells us clearly, he said he was in prison. Are you aware that prison was not part of the dream? When God showed him the stars, the moon, the sun, God never showed him the prison. I'm sure when God showed Moses, go, set my people free. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go. God never showed him the Red Sea. I'm sure if God showed him the Red Sea, he would say, God, I'm not going. I'm not going. That's one thing about God. He never shows you the battles. He shows you the mantle. God never shows you the troubles ahead, but he shows you the victory. But sir, between the day of the declaration and the day of manifestation, there is what? Transition. It's a season. Many of you under the sound of my voice, you are in your season of transition. Your season of waiting for the fulfillment of that which the Lord has spoken. Waiting for the fulfillment of your expectation. This is the reality of life. Waiting for the fulfillment of the manifestation of God's plan and purpose of your life. David went through transition. He came back one day. His wife was kidnapped. All his children were taken. They burned down his city with fire. And the Bible said he was greatly distressed. That is the season of transition. The season of transition is the season of distress. In 1 Samuel chapter 30 and verse 6, David was greatly distressed, and the people thought, you see, in your season of transition, nothing hurts you like when people have different opinions. He says he was greatly distressed. 1 Samuel 30 verse 6. That was good. He said, and the people spake of stoning him. These are people he led. These are people he was in charge of. David did not think and get broken. He dominated them by taking the decision. I wish I'm talking to somebody here. The season of transition is the season when people will say all kinds of things. You are serving God and you are like this. If I'm the one going to church the way you are going to church, my life would have been better. And you start crying. Who raised you? Who's your pastor? That somebody is speaking about you and you are crying, you are shaking because of another man's opinion? Was it there when you met your God? Is he here you pray to? Look at the God. You know, the season of transition is the season of opinion. The people spake of stoning him. We are in a generation of divergent opinion. People will always have their opinions. I wish I'm talking to somebody. In the prison, this man had to go through prison. What makes you think that prophecy will not be tried? What makes you think that prophecy will not be contested? God has given you a word. God has spoken concerning you, but it will be tried. James chapter 1 verse 2. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Let patience have its perfect work in you, that you be entire, wanting nothing. How do I survive my season of transition? Let me say this to you. Are you aware that God wanted, listen, thank you. Are you aware that God wanted the fulfillment? Israel, as at when Joseph had a dream, was a small location. He just got the visitation from God. God wanted the fulfillment of Joseph's dream to be manifested in a big space, in a bigger ecosystem. So what did God do? God used the battles of life to transport him from his father's house to Egypt. He was sold to the Ishmaelites, handed over to Potiphar. When Potiphar was to put him in jail, he put him in a prison where the king puts his prisoner. He's getting closer to the palace. I wish somebody get that now. Every battle of your life is moving you closer to your rest. Every battle of your life, you may not understand it, but every battle of your life is moving you closer to your rest, closer to your peace, closer to your fulfillment, closer to your intimacy, closer to your manifestation, closer to your breakthrough, closer to your destiny, closer to what God has spoken about you. Romans chapter 8 verse 28, he says, all things work together for good to them that love God and to them who are called according to his purpose. Everything is working for your good. Tell somebody it's working for your good. Say that to somebody your left and right. One more time. Number one, to survive the season of transition, maintain your identity. He said, and Joseph. Maintain. Please. The period of waiting is not a period of compromise. Maintain your identity. Job said in Job chapter 13 verse 15, even though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Maintain your identity. Maintain. Because, can I say this to you? Nothing contains your authenticity like adversity. Nothing contains your authenticity like adversity. Every adversity thrown at you is a test of your authenticity. Will you bow? Will you turn your back? And Joseph, that was an Israeli name. Even in prison, even in Egypt, he never changed his name. Everyone that transits from one location to another one in scripture, they get a change of name. The 3 Hebrew boys, Nebuchadnezzar, give them a change of name. Even Joseph, because he was in Egypt, he had to give his own children, Ephraim and Manasseh, an Egyptian name. But while he was in Egypt, in prison, he maintained his identity as Joseph. When challenges come, as you are waiting for the manifestation, is to check if you turn your back on God. Are you going to stop serving God? Because this hasn't come, the devil will suggest to you. Sometimes the devil wants you to think that God is cheating you. He told Eve, he said, look at it. God knows that when you eat of this fruit, your eyes will be open, beholding good and evil. How many of you know that she was not lying? God knew that when they eat of that fruit, they'll behold good and evil. Can I shock you? God wanted them to behold good only, not evil. But Satan comes to corrupt. Satan wants you to think that God is wasting your time. Look at you. You are a Christian. You are serving God. You are serving God. Look at your life. You are being honest in this profession. You don't take bribes. You are not corrupt. Look at those who are corrupt. They are building houses. They are buying cars. They are influential. Can I say this to you? Proverbs 20 verse 21 says, an inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end shall not be blessed. I wish I'm talking here. Jeremiah 17:11, as partridge sitteth on eggs and hatcheth it not, so is it that get riches but not by right. He shall leave them at the midst of his ears, and at the end he shall be a fool. My son, if sinners entice thee. Proverbs 1 verse 10. Nobody. When I became a preacher, the Lord said to me to come to Auchi. The first thing I got from my friends in Lagos was insults. Auchi. But I was following the path that God has given me. Learn to live a solo life. Learn to live a solo life. I lost all my friends, all, because they felt I was hearing voices from my village. People mocked me. Went to school, came out tops of your class, and you want to become this? With this your love and penchant for education, you want to end up in an obscure environment? 20 years ago, imagine how this place was. I had God. I had God. And I came to this place, a bush. I maintain the identity of the mandate God has given me. Today from here, we are in over 70 countries. A ministry from this tiny place has relevant presence all over the 6 continents of the world. Why? I maintain what God has sent me to do. The problem with you is that you are easily shaken. Let me say this to us. Let me say this to you. And I don't mean this in a bad way. If you must follow this God, sit down please. If you must follow this God and arrive at the place of destiny, keep your emotions in check. Father, why? Father, why? Lord, why? Father, why? Father, why? Oh, 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 God, are you still alive? Did you kill him? Are you still on the throne? Did you dethrone him? Keep your emotions in check. Are you following what I'm saying? Am I communicating here? It's important. People, the will of God is not beautiful. The will of God is not always attractive. The will of God is not always attractive. The will of God is not always attractive. Greatness comes packaged as rags. Am I helping you today? Maintain your identity. Tell somebody, maintain your identity. One more time. The second element and what you need, weapon. I'm going to just round up. We have the time. Weapon for transition is divine presence. Somebody say divine presence. The Lord was with. In your days of waiting on the manifestation of God's plan, make sure you carry his presence. Lord, don't leave me. You are entering that office, Lord, I need your presence. In that career, Lord, I need your presence. Exodus 33:14-15. We saw what Moses said, Lord, your presence. Exodus 33, 14 and 15, divine presence is needed in transition. And he said, my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee. So the key to rest is divine presence. Lord, your presence. Psalm 16, 11, that will show me the path of life. For in thy presence, there's fullness of joy. At thy right hand are pleasures evermore. The key to joy is divine presence. Acts 3 verse 19, the time of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord. The key to refreshing is divine presence. Lord, your presence. In this business, be with me. Lord, in this family, be with me. This career, I have started on a path of passion. Lord, be with me. When God is with a man, one of the signs is that he makes you accepted. Somebody say acceptance. Listen, no matter your talent, no matter how gifted you are, no matter how talented you are, if the gift of acceptance is not on you, you'll be talented and rejected. People must first like you before they patronize you. Are you aware there are some people that no matter, even if they have what people need, people walk past their store. Say, I will not buy from this woman. It's called acceptance. It's called acceptance. The gift of acceptance is what many lack. Do you know no matter your talent, no matter your craft, no matter your capacity, you need somebody to recommend you. People are stranded because others condemned them. You need someone. Jesus was working as a normal carpenter. Just working. They saw him as a carpenter. And I'm actually sure, I was talking in the Can State, Edo State analysis and Caro. I was telling them, I said, today we are talking of the birth of Christ and we are all celebrating. I said, Jesus in his day, he was not celebrating. Because of him, it was because of him, 2,000 children were killed. Herod was looking for him, he couldn't find him. So Herod said that all child under 2 years should be killed. Imagine how the mothers of those children will look at Jesus. He will not have been seen as a savior, but a devil. How can you say you came to save my soul and you killed my son? How can you say you came for my redemption and children are dying? How can you say you came for my emancipation and lives are wasted? As if that was not enough. Are you aware that Jesus had no age mate? No peer group. So imagine again the loneliness. No wonder at 12 in the temple, he was sitting down to discuss with elders. No peer group. I wish somebody's getting something today. But God, many of us, all we need in our lives is divine presence. When God sent me to come here, I told you what he said to me. For what? For I am with you. That's what God told me. On my way, I cried and cried and cried. 21 years ago, February to be 22 years. He said, I am with you. That's all. He never said, I will give you this, I will give you that. He said, I am with you. In other words, as you are going on this mandate and mission, I'm backing you. You need divine presence. Say, yet do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. Why? For thou, meaning there will be the valley of the shadow of death, but you fear no evil because God is with you. Somebody say, God is with me. And there are benefits of divine presence. Number one is mercy. You see, the Lord was with him and showed him mercy. These are benefits of divine presence. The Lord was with him and showed him mercy. Mercy is the best of God released to handle the worst of the devil. Mercy is the best of God released on you to handle the worst of the devil. Mercy is when God gives you what he reserves, not what you deserve. Because going by the errors of your father, you deserve damnation. Going by the mistakes you make in your life, you deserve damnation. But God does not give you what you deserve, he gives you what he reserves. Somebody say mercy. Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 2, he says, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make it known. In wrath, Remember mercy. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 15 and 16. We have not an high priest that cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmity. He was in no point tempted as we are, yet without sin. So therefore let us come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. When mercy comes, help comes. When mercy comes, needs are met. Somebody say, Lord, have mercy. Blind Bartimaeus was being ridiculed. Blind Bartimaeus was subjected to mockery, but he cried out in Mark chapter 10 and verse 47, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me.